Okay, good morning class. Today we're gonna learn Unit 10 Pythagoras theorems. So first, before you learn Pythagoras theorem, you have to know who was Pythagoras and what is a theorem. This is part A of this chapter. So who was Pythagoras? So Pythagoras was a Greek mathematician who lived around the time of 540 before Christ. Okay, so it's a long time ago. He was a great mathematician, and the most mathematical theorem that he created is known as Pythagoras theorem. So if next time like Benjamin Chua, like he's so clever, maybe in future he will create a theorem, mathematical theorem known as Benjamin's theorem. But now we do not yet. Okay, so Pythagoras named this theorem using his name. Okay, before you know what is a Pythagoras theorem, you have to know what is a theorem. So when we use a rule or law to prove something that is new and also true, we call this as theorem. So we go to the important part, which is Pythagoras theorem. So what Pythagoras theorem is about? Actually, it's about a right angle triangle. Sorry, a right angle triangle. So right angle triangle means you have a 90, one of the angle is 90 degrees. So this one is a right angle triangle. Okay, right angle triangle. So over 2000 years ago, they discovered something amazing about the triangles. So when you have a right angle triangle, we call this as right angle triangle, and squares are met on each of these three sides. Then you have square, three square here. So you will find out the area, I named this one as C. The area of C, the biggest square here, will equals to the area of square A and the area of square B, like this. Okay, the biggest triangle here, C, the area will equals to the area of A plus the area of B. Okay, so you can use this one to prove for a hypotenuse of a right angle triangle. So what is hypotenuse? So before we go to look at hypotenuse, we go and check whether this is true. Okay, we go and check whether this thing is true. So you look at this example. Let's see. You have a right angle triangle here. So the length here is 3 and here is 4. Okay, so we got 3, 4. And I want to tell you something is that the longest length of a right angle triangle is known as hypotenuse. Okay, later you will look at the name. Okay, then you just try. So the area, since that here is 3, so the area of the square A will be 9. Since that the length here is 4, so the area of this square will be 16. And since that the hypotenuse is 5, so the area of this part, this triangle, the C square, this one square is 25. So you got square A is 9, the area, and the area of square B gonna be 16, and the area of square C will be 25. So let's check whether it's the same. So you got 5 square because 25 equals to 16 plus 9. Okay, so it works. So you can prove by using this one that Pythagoras theorem can use to calculate the length of a right angle triangle. must be a right angle triangle. Okay, so you have this formula with you. A squared plus B squared equals to C squared. A squared plus B squared equals to C squared. Then you read this one. So Pythagoras theorem is the formula used to find a missing side length of right triangles. Must be a right angle triangle. Must. If you have right angle triangle, then you can only apply Pythagoras theorem to help you to find out the length of one of the sides. Okay, so why you learn this one? So that you can calculate the length. Let's say I give you this length, the height and the length here, then you can find out one of the missing length. Okay, so means that I must give you two of the length, then you can find out the other. Okay, so you can apply this formula: a squared plus b squared equals to c squared. And the longer side, just now I mentioned, the longer side of a triangle is called as hypotenuse. Okay, so we look at a few triangle. Let's say, you go to another side. Let's say this one. So this is a right angle triangle. So you have a square here, means here is this part is 90 degrees. So I want to ask you a question. Where is the hypotenuse? The hypotenuse is always the longer side. Okay, the longer side. So which is here. Okay. So let's say I draw a right angle triangle. Okay, you imagine this is a straight line because I draw using computer. So you have, let's say B is here, A and C. So which length is the hypotenuse? Hongqi. Hongqi, Lim Hongqi, is your mic working? Hongqi? Yes, which side A, B or C is named as hypotenuse? The longest side of the right angle triangle. You can type in the chat and tell me. C, yes. So this side, the C side, this one, is known as hypotenuse. Okay, then we go back to the note. So in a right angle triangle, the square of the hypotenuse, so the hypotenuse for this right angle triangle is C. So you have the square of C square, will equals to the sum of the square of the other two sides. So the other two length is A and B, right? So will equals to the sum of square, so A square plus B square. Okay, so you have this formula. So the important thing, the most important thing in this chapter is this formula: a square plus b square equals to c square. Okay, where c is the hypotenuse length. Okay, the longest side of the right angle triangle. And one of the things that you must pay attention is that the length of all three sides must be measured in the same unit. Let's say if C, the unit given is in cm, so A and B, you must be in cm also. If not, you have to change it by yourself, okay? You must calculate and apply this formula using the same unit. So if C square you put in cm, so A and B should be in cm too, okay? So why you have to learn Pythagoras theorem, I already mentioned just now. When you know the length of two sides of right angle triangle, let's say you look at part C, finding the hypotenuse. Let's say you already know here is 5 and given that here is 12. So you can apply Pythagoras theorem to find out the length of the third side. Okay, so you can find out the other length. Okay, this is why you learn Pythagoras theorem. So we look at C. So now you can use the theorem. We already learned the theorem just now. So you can use the theorem to find the hypotenuse. So you can solve this triangle. So I copy this question to here D. So we solve this one together. Solve this triangle means that you have to find out what is the length of C. What is the length of C? So you have, remember the formula is A square plus B square equals to C square. This is the formula. Remember, C square is the longer side. Okay, so the longer side here is named as C. So we just leave it as C square. Okay, you don't know what C. So you know A and B, one is 5, one is 12. So you have 5 square plus 12 square. Or you can write 12 square plus 5 square, also the same thing, because later you have to sum up together. So you have 25. 5 square equals to 25. 12 square is equals to 144. This is why you learn previous chapter square and cube root and so on. So you know how to find out the value of these. So C square. So now you have C square, but what you want to find is the value of C only. So 25 plus 144, you get 169 is your C square. So what is your value of C? So to find C, I want C only. So I remove the square to the other side. When you remove the square to the other side, square will become square root. Okay, this is algebra. Square will become square root. So you got C equals to square root of 169. So you use your calculator, or you're already very familiar with the perfect square number, you find out square root 169 equals to 13. So your answer here, C will equals to 13. This is why you have to learn Pythagoras theorem, so you can find one of the missing length of a right angle triangle. Must be right angle triangle. Okay. So we go back to the note. So the answer here is equals to 13. Okay, another one. You have to solve this triangle. Just now, for C, you use the Pythagoras theorem to find out the longer side. The longer side is named as hypotenuse. Okay, you find out the C longer side hypotenuse. But now, for D part, you also use Pythagoras theorem to find out one of the missing length, but now the missing length will be the shorter side, one of the shorter side, either can be here or here. So now your job is to find out the length of B. So I copy this question to here D. Okay, solve this triangle. So the same thing, you have the formula a square plus b square equals to c square. So what's your C? Your C is the longest length of the right angle triangle hypotenuse. So C square equals to 15 square. So your A will be 9, so you just put 9 square. So what's your B? You don't know. You leave it as unknown B because they use B here, so you just put as B. Okay, so 9 squared equals to 81 plus b squared equals to, then you have 15 squared. Check your calculator, what's the value? 15 squared equals to 225. Now you can straight away apply the calculator here, check the value, and then you have to, because you want to find the value of b, so you don't want 81, so I move this one to the other side, become 225, plus here become minus 81. So the b square equals to 225 minus 81, you have 144. But you want to find the value of b. B is the length, not b square. So you just want to find b. I use another color. I want to find b only, I don't want b square. So I move b square to here, become square root. So whenever you move square to the other side, becomes square root. So same thing, when you have square root on the other side, you move to the left hand side, then becomes square. So square, move to the right hand side, then you have square root 144. So what's your b? Your b equals to 12, because 12 times 12 equals to 144. This is how you show your working, okay, using algebra method, and do like this accordingly, okay? Don't just simply give me the answer. You have to show me the methods. Any question until this part? If you have question, type at the group chat. I think this one should be easy for you. Okay, so we have more example. I think I already copied to here. So I want everyone try this example. Okay, I give you around 2 or 3 minutes to try this. So look at another example. So does an 8, 15, 16 triangle have a right angle? So you can test whether a triangle is a right angle triangle by applying them into the Pythagoras theorem, because you already know that Pythagoras theorem is applied for right angle triangle. So it means that the longest here maybe is your hypotenuse, so you just put as c square, and then you put a and b into the formula. So if a square plus b square equals to c square, then yes, this triangle is a right angle triangle. So you just try x square plus 15 square equals to 289, plus 16 square equals to 256. So if these two numbers are the same, so the triangle will be a right angle triangle, but now they are not the same. So this thing does not equals to. So this thing does not equals to. So this thing does not equals to 16 square. X square plus 15 square does not equals to 16 square. So this is not a right angle triangle. So we go to another example. It's the same thing. Okay, we go and try this one. So go and try this one here. So you want to try whether this one is a right angle triangle. So what you should do, which one is the longest side? You just try the number. I'm gonna ask whom Rowan? Who is laughing, Rowan? Rowan? Yes, Rowan, what you should do? Yes, answer is yes. What I didn't ask you yes or no. I asked you which one is the longest side. Which one you should put as C square? Because you don't know, you're not sure whether this one is a right angle triangle. They didn't draw for you. So you have to test whether they ask you, does this triangle have a right angle? So you have to show me how you, okay, 8. So this one, since it is a square root, so the biggest the number inside square root means that the longest the length. So your square root 8 here will be your C. So your C square equals to A square plus B square. So C square, your A square, A and B, just simply put square plus so just test whether the thing on the left hand side, so left hand side, the seat equals to right hand side. So I do like this. Left hand side I have square root 8 square. Then you got square root and square, then you can remove it. So the left hand side equals to 8. Then right hand side, so this is the proper way to show. You cannot straight away write left hand side equals to right hand side. Okay, you have to test whether this one is true or false. So you have square root 5 square plus square root 3 square. So remove the square and square root, the square and square root, then you got 5 plus 3 equals to 8. So since the left hand side and right hand side are the same, so this is a right angle triangle, yes, okay? Okay, it's okay, Rowan. So we go back to the notes, we see got any more questions. I think got one. So I take all of this from this website, you can go and explore it yourself. So here comes the important part, okay? IGCSE type questions. So I give you a trapezium, then you have to apply what you learned just now to solve these questions, okay? So I move this question to the pen. Okay, you read the question first. You read the question first. Oh, here. Okay. So you have ABCD is a trapezium. They give you the length of AD. This is equals to 10. And then AB equals to 9. And then BC equals to 3 cm. Then they tell you angle ABC equals to angle BCD. Angle ABC, so here 90 degree, and angle BCD here is also 90 degree. This is what the question tell you, and they want you to calculate the length of AC. Okay, so I use this one, black color. So you should use straight lines, right? I use this one, black color. This length AC is the thing the question asks you to find out. the black color line. They want you to find out the length of AC. So how do you find? By using Pythagoras theorem. So you know the Pythagoras theorem, you must have at least two sides of the triangle, the length of two sides of the triangle, so you can only find out the other side, right? Let's say you want to use Pythagoras theorem using a triangle, right angle triangle A, B, C. Can you do so? No, because you have to find out the length of BC first, then you only can find out the length of AC. You have one length here, right? So you know here is a right angle triangle. This part, triangle ABC, is a right angle triangle. So you have only one side. They want you to find out the length of AC. So it means that you must have the length of BC so that you can only solve this question. So notice that if you have BC here and here is also 90 degree, means that BC is equals to the length here will be same as this part. Okay. So this straight line from here to here will be same as BC. Okay. Since I draw like this, so here is also we need some drawing for this question. So here is also right angle, right? So here is also right angle. Okay, so since that the red color line, same length with BC, so you found this length. Do you have from here A to the red point here, what's the length? Should be 6 cm because A to B is 9, B to C is 3. So 9, you minus 3. So here, this part will get from here to here. You have 6 cm. 6 cm. And then you have the longer side here. So imagine this is the, so I use another color. Imagine now you're using this triangle, this one, the green color one, this one, and this one. I don't want to draw here. Using this part, okay, using this right angle triangle to find the length of red color line. So you have the longer side will be 10 square. 10 square, C square equals to A square plus B square. A square, 6 cm, plus B square. B square you don't know, so you have one missing length. This is what you want to find out. So you have 100 equals to 36 plus B square. So your B square equals to 100 minus 36. So move this one to the left hand side, then you got 64. So your B square equals to 64. I just swap, okay, left hand side and right hand side will be the same. So your B equals to square, you move to the other side, becomes square root. Square root 64. So B equals to 8. Okay. So you find out that the red color length is X cm. So since the red color one same length as BC, so here is X cm. So now you have the length of BC, you can find out the length of AC. Okay. So now I write at here. So you have this part is 9 cm. So you got 9 square plus, so 9 square plus 8 square equals to AC square. So AC is the length, your C. Okay. AC is the length. Okay. AC is the hypotenuse. So you have 81 plus 64 equals to AC square. Then you sum up 81 and 64, you got 145 equals to AC square. So your value of AC will be, you move square to the other side, becomes square root 145. They want you change your answer here. Give your answer to 3SF. So you find out the answer using calculator and you round off to 3SF. 3SF, so 1, 2, 3. So the answer will be this one, 12.0. But the answer given in the notes that I screenshot has some error, so just change it yourself. 3SF should be 12.0. Okay, you should remove the 4 here. Okay, you just jot it down yourself. Okay, then now if you're using laptop or computer, or you have your phone with you now, so we go and try some question on Kahoot. Give me 1 minute.